If anybody wanted to find a seat there, we'll go ahead and get started. My apologies for running a little bit late. We were giving Speaker Renner a little bit of leeway if he was going to make it. We're just having trouble reaching him to find out his ETA, so we don't want to keep you too long. And hopefully he'll be able to show up for us. My name's Andy Dance, Chair of the County Commission. Welcome everybody here today, and to borrow a line from one of our famous dignitaries, it's a great day in Bunnell.
You're in the best place in the world.
That's Dr. Jackson's, that's his line, so happy to borrow it and happy to have everybody here in Bunnell. It is a great day. I mean, we just got through with a celebration and a ribbon cutting for Bunnell's new offices and police headquarters just down the road. So here we are celebrating the opening of Flagler Central Commerce Parkway, which is 1.7 miles to our due south. And it's going to be a very exciting hub for commercial light industrial development, building up our tax base for commercial and light industrial and trying to alleviate some of that burden from our residents. Want to make sure that I introduce and recognize some of our elected officials. So I'll go through with our commissioners. Commissioner Hanson, good to have you here. Where's Commissioner Sullivan, Commissioner O'Brien, and Vice Chair Commissioner Pennington. Sheriff Staley is here. Welcome, Sheriff. Sheriff's going to speak later on. And Chief Strobridge, good to have you here. Not elected, but very important. Mayor Robinson, did you want to come up and join me? I wanted to have you up here with me because this is a very important joint project, and I want to make sure that the two of us together are celebrating this. Your commissioners, I see Pete Young over to the side, John Rogers, welcome. Who else is here from your side?
I'm a city manager, but you've
Okay, City Manager, Mr.
Yes.
Jackson.
Some department heads.
Chief of Police, Brandon, right? Chief, there you are. Thank you, sir. And from the county side, we have our administrator, Ms. Petito, and our chief, Salinas. Where's Jorge? There he is. We also have Chief Tucker with us from our fire rescue. So thank everybody for being here. Mayor, I almost forgot the mayor, Mayor Alphen. Thank you for being here, representing Palm Coast. And is Lauren still here? Did Lauren leave? Lauren left, so our interim administrator for the city of Palm Coast. So again, thank you everybody for being here. Again, it's a very significant day for both the city of Bunnell and the county. We've got this 1.7 mile commercial corridor, and it's taken a while. Mayor Robinson can speak about that a little bit. Over 20 years in the making, and a lot of different people that have been involved. So I know Charlie Faulkner was here. I've known Charlie for probably all those 20 years plus. He worked with the Orr family, who donated the right-of-way and some additional funds to get this started over 20 years ago. I remember working with Art Barr and Mike Barr on this, as well as Dick Coelho. So it's been a long time in the making. Did you want to speak to a little bit of I'll let you have your time now to speak a little bit about the importance of this to the city of Bunnell.
Okay. It's been a lifetime. And I'm very proud and humbled to say that I'm still here to see the completion of this project. Some 20 plus years ago, Carol Orr came to the city and she said, I have a vision for the city and a vision for how we could develop this property going to US 1. And so, this was federal money, state money, her private funds to get this project started, $1.4 million. And there was a discussion about a bypass to the north, and no one wanted that. So it was very controversial, and it died on the vine, and this whole project kind of died. And then it got resurrected again, and we started working through the process. And I have to say, the County Commission worked very diligently with House Speaker Rennan and Senator Hudson to petition for the funds to develop this project. You know, over 20 years, the cost has gone up just a little. And we wouldn't be standing here today if it wasn't for Carol Orr and her dedication, because this road started down here, and then she donated the right-of-ways and permitting fees for it to develop. And unfortunately, her family couldn't be here today, but they have continued this legacy project on her behalf to support this project going forward. And I remember Pierre reminded me 14 years ago, we stood and had a ribbon cutting for Wendy's, and that road was there. And so here we are today, and I can't wait until I can walk the 1.7 miles and pop open on US 1 and see the beauty of the country we live in through those woods and the wildlife and all of that we're going to see as this development continues. You know, progress is a double-edged sword. This is going to be a great economic driver for our local Bunnell CRA. And we started our CRA in 2006, and it promptly did a nosedive of $36 million in the hole, and it was a death of a dream. I really didn't see that we would ever be able to use those funds. I did not see that this road would ever get built. I didn't know we were going to need a new city hall. And so as time has gone on, the dream has resurrected itself. We worked through the nightmare of negotiations and funding, and here we are today, a beautiful dream. And thank you. I want to thank my staff too. Y'all have done a phenomenal job with the negotiations to get these projects done. But I can't say enough about the county commission and the job that you've done on our behalf for Bunnell. And so thank you so much for that.
Thank you. And to continue on the partnership and collaboration message that we've got, wanted to make sure we recognized from DOT, our District 5 Director for Transportation Development, Jack Atkins, is here.
Thank you, sir.
It's very important to have DOT support. We've mentioned Speaker Renner, Senator Hudson, who carried the water for us in Tallahassee to make sure this funding was allocated and to make sure it did not get vetoed by the governor. So thank you to the governor as well.
Yes.
So back in 2022, the state allocated $6.8 million for this project through that legislative appropriation. Originally, back in 2015, the estimate for this project was $5.2 million, but today we're we're over $12 million. And different entities have contributed. I know the county contributed $3 million in impact fees. The city of Bunnell, I think, over $5 million in water and sewer and utility infrastructure money. Flagler County is administering the project for the city of Bunnell, so we have a very dedicated and expert staff, and our Director of Engineering, Hamid. Richard is here as well, and so our staff as well has put in a lot of hours and are now making sure that the project stays on time and budget, and it's just a round of applause for the staff. Absolutely. So ultimately, I think as we tie in south on US 1, you'll see this area bloom with the commercial, light industrial, and some residential as well. Kind of a mixed use area that's going to really bring life to this corridor. We've got the Sheriff's Operations Center here, the future library, and what we call the Nexus Center just across the street on the corner, along with government services for the county, the courthouse, and now the city of Bunnell and the police department all together in this. It'll be a very important corridor for our county. So almost any services that the public will need will be available right here in this area. I'm sure I'm missing some of the other things. A lot of this is just project details that were given to me, a timeline, again, talking about all the different things we've since we started this project in the early 2000s up until 2023 when we executed the agreement between DOT and the county for this roadway construction. What is the only thing I don't have is completion date. So Hamid, what's the estimated completion? Richard?
18 months.
August of 2025. All right, awesome. Thank you. We won't hold you to that, but that's great. So with that, I want to also, I think what we didn't mention was the importance of this for the health, safety, and welfare of the community. We're going to have Sheriff Staley come up, if Sheriff was available, to come up and talk a little bit about the importance of this, opening up the south part of the county for response from the Sheriff's Office, and it also helps with response from our fire service as well, fire rescue. So this time I'll introduce and let our Sheriff Rick Staley speak to you about the importance of this project as well. Thank you, Sheriff.
All right, Mr. Chairman. So it's great to be here. You know, when we were designing this building, the commission said, well, you need a second exit from the secured parking area. So it's designed. In fact, the sheriff's office property is already designed for it with the gate and automation and so forth, but it was all woods. And we didn't know when this road was going to be funded. As you've heard, it's been a long time in the making. So we tried to situate the building to where it would accommodate existing roads and then the future road. And then next thing you know, county commission and the state and the city were able to get funding. And so here we are today. So here's what it does for the sheriff's office. You never want to have all your specialty vehicles in one area that you can only get in and out one location, which is what we've had. Because if somebody were to do something, now all the heavy duty specialty vehicles can't really get out. So now we have a secondary exit, or we'll have it soon. The other thing that it does is it allows us to speed up response times to South US 1 without having to go through downtown Bunnell and the traffic lights and so forth to get there. So we now will have a north-south egress to the county. So that helps us, even though the deputies aren't working here and then leaving to respond to a call, they're assigned, but you have detectives, you have our CSI, and a litany of other services that now will have it a little bit easier. So this is a great day. I think when the road's done, you will see that we have situated the building correctly, the signage correctly, and it'll be a success all the way around with planning for the future. So thank you, Commissioner.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. I think we've stretched it out. I don't know that we're going to see Speaker Renner today, but we want to make sure that we appropriately thank him for his support over the years, not just on this project, but as his tenure as Speaker nears to the close, that we appropriately thank him for all of his support for the many different projects through the years. Him and Senator Hudson have been remarkable partners, and we would be remiss if we didn't actually thank them appropriately for all of their support and their funding appropriations that have helped Flagler County in numerous ways. At this time, I'll leave the mic open if any of our commissioners wanted to say a word. No? Dave, you always have something to say. But and anybody from the Bunnell Commission? Anybody? John, you good? John always has something to say as well. So I think with that, we'll close with a beautiful day, an important project for the city of Bunnell and Flagler County, and look forward to the progress and the future that this project will bring to the prosperity of Bunnell and the county. So thank you all for being here. On behalf of the County Commission, I thank you for your time, and enjoy the beautiful day in Bunnell.
Don't throw it yet. Don't throw it yet. I got your dirt. All right, on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3.
Hey,
All right.
the ground is broken.